Now, a Peter Obi will say when he meets an issue, my brother Ken, meaning, my brother Ken, what you're saying is the truth, but take it easy. Let us take it easy. Now, Kenneth Okonkwo will say, Kami felege mo dogu if he came. Instead of the mighty being drenched in shame, let a strong thing happen.
Hello, here Oscar Jim Daly. I've been skeptical about talking about Kenneth Okonkwo's recent interviews and the letter he wrote to Mr. Peter Obi. But it has become very imperative that I address this issue, especially because of the narrative that is flying right now of Peter Obi being weak. If there is anybody to have an opinion about Peter Obi's political strategy and the methodology he plays politics with, it should not be Kenneth Okonkwo. Kenneth Okonkwo is not in that position to speak about Peter Obi's approach to political matters, because Kenneth Okonkwo has never won any election. He has never won any election. He contested election in Enugu, I think senatorial district. I think he did not even win the primaries. So he does not have the moral standing to talk about Peter Obi's political approach. Mr. Peter Obi is a two-time governor, was a two-time governor of Anambra State. That means he won election twice. And the first election he won was against a PDP that had federal minds in Anambra in 2003. He won that election and someone else was declared. Peter Obi went to court and fought them for 3 years. PDP was in power both in state and in federal level. He fought them for 3 years and regained his mandate. He was impeached few months after he was sworn in. He went back to the court again. He fought them and returned back as the governor. Anybody who knows Anambra very well, especially in that era, knows that Anambra had the highest level of godfatherism. They had Emeka at the time, had Chris Uba, whose brother Anduba was a domestic staff to the sitting president, Obasanjo, at the time, which means the godfatherism in Anambra State had federal minds, but Peter Obi fought them to stand still. This same Peter Obi, in the last presidential election, started his movement just 8 months before the election, the John Labour Party. And he gathered the kind of support he gathered. He won Abuja and Lagos, the two political seats of Nigeria. Do you know what it means for a party that is not a major political party in Nigeria to win Lagos and Abuja? Abuja is the north, Lagos is the west. And he did this without sharing one kobo. He did not bribe any INEC official. He did not bribe any security agent. He did not bribe voters. He had no councillor, no commissioner, no governor, no president. He won Abuja and Lagos. That is not a man that is weak or a man that lacks political strategy. Calling Peter Obi, who has been in the board of 8 quoted companies, including sharing 2. He shared 2 board companies in this country, a bank, and he was the chairman of Security Exchange Commissions. He has played the marine politics of this country. That kind of person is not weak. That kind of person can be president. Cutting corners, rigging election, using violence, killing people to attain power is not strength. In fact, people who cut corners are weak people. People who keep to the rule are people that have the strength. Those are the courageous people. So anybody that is tagging Peter Obi weak because Peter Obi will not cut corners is delusional. The only reason why some people see Peter Obi as weak is because Peter Obi will not break the law. Because Peter Obi will not cut corners. Because Peter Obi believes in following due process. He believes in civility and order. Was it not in this country in 1993 that MKO Abiola contested election? Election that he had the support of majority of Nigerians across all political divide. He won that election. that election was annulled. People like Kenneth Okonkwo started pushing Abiola. Fight for your mandate. Declare yourself president. Abiola listened to them and declared himself president. He was arrested. He died in detention. Everybody moved on. As a matter of fact, so many people who supported Abiola are now in government. Nnamdi Kanu violently opposed the government. He violently challenged the government. And the APC government arrested him. He has been in detention for 3 years now. You know, his arrest has caused massive violence, uprising, chaos and anarchy in Southeast. So many people have died in Southeast as the result of Nnamdi Kanu's detention. Businesses has crumbled as a result of the constant lockdown in the Southeast. But Kenneth Okonkwo is not doing anything about it. He wants Peter Obi to go and face that same federal government so that he will be arrested and the chaos in Southeast will be multiplied. It shows that Kenneth Okonkwo does not love the Igbo people. So if Nnamdi Kanu is arrested and Peter Obi is arrested, do you know how chaotic the Southeast will become? So one thing is very certain here. Peter Obi will not take power violently. Peter Obi will not encourage violence. Peter Obi will not encourage breakdown of law. Peter Obi is a man who follows due process. Peter Obi is lawful. You understand? He will never break the law. He will never encourage anybody to break the law. That is not his person. If Kenneth Okonkwo wants a violent politician, he should go and join APC. Nigerians must realize that anybody who took power violently, anybody who rigs election will never give you good governance. Peter Obi will not rig election. Peter Obi will not take power violently.